back to the subject at hand, and we're talking about defunding the police. We noticed, Mike, that this was a bipartisan applause, that we got, a lot of cheers in the aisle. I think we even heard Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, yeah, yeah, in the back. She's one of the hecklers that was in there, so we'll talk about that too. But what are your thoughts on this funding the police, which is clearly a jab at, the movement of defund the police? And let us know what you guys think in the comments so we can put some of those up.
Wow, where do I don't even know where to begin with this one. Joe Biden said that he knows what works. Well, in the history of Joe Biden, the only thing that he's ever thought that worked was locking people up. I mean, he sees Mr. Incarceration himself. I'm no abolitionist. Let's be clear. Like, I'm not one of the people out here that thinks that police should just be gone at the snap of a finger. But it would be nice if he could have gave us some specifics instead of just a bunch of catchphrases. I think that what he just said was a bunch of words, but I truly don't know what they mean. The fact that he got the bipartisan applause, I don't even know if that's even a good thing. I mean, now he's kind of taking this turn and he's making this appeal to who? To the Republicans, because the Republicans, their constituency is never going to vote for Joe Biden. So alienating the folks that actually voted him into office, I don't even understand where he's going to go making a play like that. And then as far as, giving the police more funding, I mean, how much funds do the police need? Like, the police were never defunded. I mean, there are plenty articles, there's plenty of research done. All of the cities that scream defund, 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 most of those cities' police budgets actually got larger instead of smaller. So when can we get data that shows us a statistical correlation between more funds for the police and a drop in crime? Because crime is here. Incarceration is here. Police is here. Police budgets are bigger now than they've ever been. And yet we still have all of this crime. So it's just not adding up. Now, if he has a real plan, well, then tell us what the plan is. But so far, every plan that he's had fell through. Now, if he was able to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act and then start talking about funding the police and using the resources of the police in the ways that were outlined in that plan, then maybe we'd be talking about something. But that plan fell through. So I have to be skeptical when Mr. Incarceration himself is talking about giving more funds to the police, because I just don't understand what he wants to do to actually address crime. If you really want to address crime, how about you address poverty for real? Not with your little checks that people are finding out that they have to give back when their taxes is due. I mean, what happened with your Build Back Better plan? What happened to closing the wealth gap? What happened to closing the education gap? What happened to voting rights? Like, there's so many things that he promised that could have helped strengthen communities, and strengthening communities is the thing that's going to deter crime, not ignoring communities and then giving a bunch of money to police officers. So, I mean, to me, everything that he said in that clip were just words, and I didn't hear any substance in that I believe will lead to any change in the streets.
Damn, hell of a clapback. Glad to have you on the show, Mike Davis.